open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Need guidance on life, auto, or homeowners insurance? Contact Kate Woolman State Farm for all your insurance needs. Rates can be more affordable than you think, and protecting what matters most to you is important. Call Ben at 719-539-6265 and he'll set you up with what you need. That's 719-539-6265.
Yes, enter. The door opens to Handel. Sir, there's some very formal people looking outside. One of them's wearing a crown. That would be our guest. Would you see the king up? The king! Yes, of course, absolutely. Starts wiping his hands on his apron nervously. Teffy and Schnorsboop would remember this man used to be a bandit before he got hired on at the guild.
How he believed in friendship.
Yes, he believed he was convinced of friendship and found a good
Handel?
paying job. Handel, yes. Handel, yeah. To say his name a few times to be able to get it correct. Handel. Eventually, you see, first coming in, a Leonin who's heavily adorned in plate armor. It's got the symbol, the sigil of the royal court on his breastplate, and he looks around wearing this large, double-handed sword on his back. All right, yep, clear enough. He steps aside, and just hanging on his back is what looks to be a very small owl, who looks at all of you very intently. The owl is wearing clothes, also adorned with the royal sigil. Coming in just behind look to be two tabaxis. One of them, though, is very clearly not actually a tabaxi. He's got a couple of split tail at the end. And his eyes are just ever so slightly different in coloration. Very, very slight. Only really you, Altian, would be able to make note of that, with your incredibly high passive perception and investigation. The other one is definitely a tabaxi. The definitely tabaxi is yellow in color with stripes that are black. Oh, right, well, here we are. And the other one is all black and wearing a crown. And just behind him is a very pale-looking elf with pure stock white hair and pale ice blue eyes. Well, Julian, it was nice to receive your message. Thank you for getting us here faster. Who are all these? King Shizan, let me introduce the Hand to you. Actually, I think they're better at doing it themselves. The Hand, the Royal Court. Introduce yourselves.
Well, hello, Royal Court. I'm Snosboop McSnoogan.
There's a loud crunch from an apple getting eaten by the Leonin, who's now leaning on the side. Hey, Snosboop, I'm Moray.
Hello, Moray. Happy to meet you.
I'm gonna like this one.
I'm Altian.
The Altian, the other tabaxi says.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my eye on that one. Solnira.
Flessa?
If both them all will nod. Oh, sorry.
As soon as you say Teflessa, the white-haired, pale elf looks up with stark, wide eyes and... Teflessa, I'm Ikalia. I hear you have something that I would like to look at.
We do have much to discuss, if that is your name.
Yes, of course, that is my name. Why else would I not say it is my name? What am I going to do? Lie to you?
Some people lie around here. I tell you what, just get information. It's pretty rude if you ask me, but I'm glad you're not one of them. So, welcome.
Those people are awful people. I don't know why they would do that. Honestly, it's just really the easiest way of thinking. Now, Kalia, just, it's all right. Slow down. Hello, I'm King Shazan of the Balashtar Kingdom.
I currently go by BT.
You warned us that you had a bit of a name. That's new. And this other one, I didn't think you had. I thought your fourth member or fifth member died.
Oh, it's true. This individual isn't a part of the hand, but a new friend all the same. I'll let him introduce himself.
I am a Boreas, and I come from the Collective.
Boris from the Collective. Right. Excellent. Good. Julian, this is a bit much. Yes, I'm sorry. We're thrusting you in quite a lot. There's a lot we need to discuss and get you up to date with. Clearly. But I believe it is time for us to get up to date with things. Been focused on the war for a bit too long. You look like you have a question, Snozman.
I do. You have an owl friend. What's your owl friend's name?
Our friend flutters up to the shoulder of Morai. Taurus, it says.
You say Horus?
Taurus. Taurus.
Huh. A pleasure to meet you, Taurus. Or do you have...
Say it's a pleasure for you as well, but you smell.
I smell?
You smell. Don't listen to him. He likes being a jerk.
What do I smell like?
Jerk. Refuse. Sweat.
Oh. Does everyone smell that way, or just me?
That would be you. Him, points at Altian. He smells like mold, points at Boreas.
Boreas nods and grins happily.
He smells like nothing, points at BT. And she smells like nature. I think she smells the most pleasant.
What about King Shazan?
Oh, he reeks beyond everyone else. Taurus, easily one of the most foul things I've ever smelt. It's a complete dishonor to have to stick in his presence day in and day out. Taurus, I mean seriously, you would get very sick of it if you had to spend all of your time around the same old stench. Taurus! I should stop. But I'm not going to. Morai then puts his hand over the beak. He's gonna keep doing that for a while. I suggest we get about our business. Which is, of course, wanting to first off say thank you for everything you've done for some of the neighbouring villages around inside Balashtar. It's actually very comforting. to know that we have a good guild group doing their best to handle. And secondly, I think there are some things that my head of estates here has been attempting to look into, but needs some assistance from someone that you, I believe, Teflessa, have a document from. Yes, my aunt. If I am correct, that's your whatever it is you're carrying was penned by my aunt, which means there's probably something in there that I can glean or find as to what her mission and what she was looking for.
I know the document of which you speak, and I know exactly what it is that you need as well. How do you know that I carry it?
They look at Julian. I've told them.
Teffy looks at Julian. Just a deadpan. Really, guy? Really?
You all have been dabbling in everything and not focusing down, asking me to help in wherever I can, and this is something I could help in. You gave me permission, Teflessa, by not singling it out yourself. I'm your guild master. If you wanted to handle this yourself, you should have.
It's a valid argument, but I am reluctant to have my business made public. But yes, Akelia, I'd be glad to go over this with you.
Akelia looks around. Public? Made public? No. This should not be made public. If it is made public, then the Aramathans are going to be coming over here looking for that very book, and then looking for my aunt, and then finding me as well. This should definitely not be made public. You have not made it public, have you? I'm like, no, I have not made it public. It is information that is only held between yourselves and us. Sorry, Taffy, she takes things a bit seriously at times.
It's a wise trait to have. Very prudent.
That's what I keep telling them. This is a secure location, I presume. As secure as you can get inside Pallius, yes. Well, I trust everyone here, and I believe Akelia does as well. Of course I do. I trust you all with my life. It's them I'm not sure about. Oh, they're already inside the thick of it. Fine. May I see the document, please?
Good luck reading it. I've had a real run of it, but I eventually was able to pass my way through. Teffy gets out the journal and hands it over, specifically opening it to the final page with the signature on it and the incantation.
She opens it up, looks at it, and you see her eyes following the lines. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That there is a nat 20.
Yo. There might be a little bit of jealousy going on here
Nice.
because you can tell she is reading this flawlessly.
Teffy grumbles. Just a slight bit.
Get the sense that she's familiar with the handwriting. Very familiar with the handwriting. She gets to the end of it and... Bag. I need a bag. A big bag, hopefully. Something that is bigger on the inside.
I do not have a
seriously, are we?
bag
And-
of holding. Do I have a bag of holding at all, actually? I don't think I
Shazan
do.
pulls out a bag and like, you can use this one, hang on. Takes it, flips it inside out into another bag of holding. You hear some contents go. And he flips it the other way around again. Where do I hold it? I just hold it right there. Just right here. Yes, just right there. Just change your angle a little bit. Akelia. What is mine is yours. The book begins to glow softly. And then it brightens even more. Hold the bag steady now. Steady. What exactly is about to As he's saying that sentence, books start falling from the brim of your book itself into the bag that Shazan is holding up open underneath him. Like, oh, right. Catching game. I didn't realize that. Kaylee, when is this going to stop? I don't know. Books are just falling continuously for a good few seconds before eventually there's a little as one last book falls out. What was that? I believe it was my aunt's entire library. How did she? I don't know. Right. That's important? Potentially. What do you know? She looking at you again, Taffy. About what my aunt was looking for. Archivist Nalrin.
I don't know what specifically she was looking for on a quest. I know that she went to the archipelago of the gods, and she documented what she saw there, as is seen in this book. I believe I ended up with the fauna version rather than the flora version of her diary. I don't know what she was looking for, and I'm not sure if she found it. But I think she may still be there, unharmed.
She's still there, we need to... Yes. Yeah. Well, go ahead. She was looking for something particular, specific. A way of knowing things. There is an old legend back home that a particular item exists, but it is in a forgotten city, a lost civilization. We believed that it was inside the archipelago, but with what we've been hearing about what Julian's been keeping us up to date with, it could be in another location as well. What I'm hoping to be able to find is proof inside all of these documentations that she has produced through all these years that what she has found inside the archipelago is indeed actually the city that she was looking for. If not, then I personally believe she was looking for the Knowing's Notch, which is not in the archipelago.
Yeah, that's not there at all. That's up the river in the middle of Nork Empire.
The owl speaks up, which to me tells me that there are two different things we should be looking for here. A lost city or a book. There's nothing exclusive that states they are two separate things.
Tuffy's going to pull out her funky little fortune cookie moment. How many lines are on this? Are there any lines on it?
That's an excellent question. Let me find out real quick. As I go over to my drive.
Also, while you're doing that, is this individual a magus?
No. No.
She's an archivist.
Balashtar would be the closest equivalency.
Ah.
2-6. Oh wait, no, it's 2-7 now.
Mm-hmm.
There is one line.
Okay. I'm going to think this one through because the paper doesn't like to respond in a straightforward way. So, to confirm, Ikelia, so what we're trying to determine is whether she was looking for a city or a book?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out if she was looking for a city or a book. Because what we've heard is that the book matches the lore behind of what we were looking for, and the city matches the evidence that we have. But the same thing could be said by the Vahuluian ocean as well. I mean, there was long determined a civilization inside those waters, and lo and behold, turns out there was. They just rather...
By book, do you mean, and evidence of what you're looking for. Are you referring... She glances at Julian. Are you referring to the primordials? And the resetting of the loops?
I have a resetting of the loops? Oh, I'm sorry, what is this? Not informed them about any of that.
Okay.
This is going to be a long conversation.
No, it's not. We're just going to not talk about it. So Teffy, at this point, opens up her little paper.
All right.
City in a
Just
book.
brushing over that. It's okay. Sure, we can do that.
Teffy just unfurls her little paper and says, Was the Archivist Nalren looking... What was the Archivist Nalren looking for in the Archipelago of the Gods?
Roll me a percentile dice.
Percentile?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is
Let's
one of
figure out
them.
what percentage of niceness I'll be in this answer.
39.
39. Oh. The wrong thing. She found it, though.
Teffy shares that answer with the rest of the class. So she was looking for whatever she was looking for. It was wrong, but she did find it.
What is this piece of paper? What? Your ink just moved and checked. What is this piece of paper?
I got visited by the Knowing and was left with this remnant. Depending on the day, I have a certain number of questions that it'll answer, but it's not always precise. Always accurate, I'm sure, but precise, not really.
Huh. Religious type.
Well, I'm from Quadripolis. What do you expect?
Checks out, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, we don't follow the true pantheon. Or what you call the true pantheon. Some of us here at Ramathans, we have different beliefs. But you, pats you on the shoulder, you have yours. And that is good. If it is to be believed, then perhaps we need to be going for the Knowing's Notch. I don't know. If my aunt is still alive, though, I want to go for her. That is where we can discuss this. You have your capabilities, and after I introduce you to a few people, King Shazan, you might have aid in going about both of these. What I would like to determine, though, is which one Teflessa would like to go for. That will help you determine what kind of expedition you'll be launching. An excavation into Nuok territories, or a dangerous voyage into the archipelago. Both of those are quite dangerous.
I'd like to end up eventually back in the archipelago. However, I've been there once. I got some of what I needed. Right now, the more pressing matter is to head up to the Knowing's Notch for me.
We conceded that nicely. Moray takes a step forward, popping the entire core of the apple that he's just finished into his mouth and chewing happily. We got ourselves a nice pathfinder who, he's pretty good at sneaking around. He could take you and a few others. You're gonna need to be quiet up there, though. Is that something you can manage?
I'll need to get a different set of armor before heading off, but yes, I've got the sneaky boots.
They can help you out with it. They got a nice, uniquely made set. King, that's something I can take her to if, you can spare me. you're just looking for an excuse to get out of the politics. Whatever you need, Morai. He knows me so well. Well, we'll see to that. There are other matters that we might use your aid and assistance with. I know Schnorsboop will be looking into the messengers. Right, yeah, the messengers. They seem a bit funny to me.
Well, here's the thing. Their goals on the outside, great. Peace, friendship. Problem is, they're infiltrated by demons who want to control and destroy everything. So we need to uproot those demons, cast them into the fire from whence they came, to return back to peace and friendship.
A coup d'etat, if you will.
If you will.
Demons. Right. Excellent. Wonderful. That's spectacular. Exactly
Beardy
what I
ones.
wanted.
Beardy tentacly fellas.
Bearded tentacles. Kalia. Kalia reaches over and is like, oh, son, you really need to get a hold of yourself. She twists her hands, and in a fashion of casting spells you've not seen before, she marks out in the air a loosely translucent figure and pushes it into Shazan. And immediately his, oh, that's good.
You taking drugs?
Those of you who are proficient in Arcana, which I think is very few of you, would recognize the Calm Emotion spell when it's being cast. A form of the Calm Emotion spell.
I notice.
You would notice that too, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Very good. Demons. Excellent. We can handle that.
I will say, if you'd like to meet one, there's one here in Palaeus currently. I had some foreshadowing that if I confronted him, they would have torn me and the rest of the hand to bits, so I did not do that. But perhaps you would have better luck than I.
There's one here.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we really have been focusing too much. Alright. Sulnura. I can help out with that one. We'll get something going for it. We'll talk later. There's another one who you can get together with. His name is Emlar Jatson. He commands a unique force that you will find useful for this. They can innately sense these beings. Really? Oh, that's nice. Good for Andrea to have that, not us. With any luck.
In case you're wondering, the demon's name is Torin Khan Shortwind. He's the ambassador of peace in Peleus.
Excellent. We already know what face we'll be crushing in.
For good.
As for our friend Boreas here, they are in the process of creating aids, yes?
Yes, indeed. Assessing, seeing what is best, and going from there.
Excellent. In each of your journeys, the collectives will be sending what aid they can. Oh, I stopped the music for you.
Oh, sorry.
We'll be sending what aid they can. specialized requests, of course. And the king can help you inside your hiring, whatever other resources available here as well. Set off at your own leisure, whenever you'd like. Perhaps this would be a good moment, though, for the rest of you to figure out how long it would need for your preparations, and when you'll be heading out, and for me to have a conversation with Altian.
I need at least 2
Ominous.
to 3 business days before I head out. For reasons.
What's the Interceptor's build?
Fox reasons.
Holy.
They don't need to know what the reasons are.
Well, Snozwoop doesn't know the reason either. He wasn't there.
Oh, yeah.
Aborius nearly said something.
You're at your own time, Cedral, at this point. Coin drop. King Shazan, official meeting will be held inside the Mayor's Palace for what I have prepared for you. Right, yeah, that's good. I should probably go say hello, shouldn't I?
Masterpiece, that's where he stays. He stays in the mayor's place, just so you know that.
We'll keep an eye out for him, and no crushing faces yet. Oh, but I was getting all excited for it. Not until Schnorsboo gives you the go-ahead. Formulate a plan. I'm going to go say hi to the mayor. The king turns around and unceremoniously walks out the door, the owl flying off and going over to his shoulder. And the rest of you, if you're departing the location, those of you who will be helping you with your planning will go with you to wherever you go to help you with your planning.
Going to see Emlar.
I'm heading up to Emlar.
Can I get a recap of these lion people's names and the spelling of it? So the lion is the king, and his name is Shazam.
He is so the king is a hybrid, and he looks closely akin to a tabaxi. His
The
name is
split-tailed tabaxi?
Split-tailed tabaxi, yeah.
Okay, and so he is King Shazam.
King Shazam. Like Shazam, but without the Z's, the S's, and it's an N. So Shassan. N is in Nancy.
So the lion is who?
Is Morai, and he is the general of the armies of Balashtar. He oversees the military actions. And Morai is Morrai. M is in Natsamore.
Okay. The owl is named Taurus. The tabaxi, who is a tabaxi?
Solnira. Solnira. S-O-L. N is in Nancy. E-R-A.
One word or two?
One word.
Okay. And the elf is Ikelia.
Yep.
Thank you.
One thing of major note, actually, I should probably note, is to BT, because of your sight, Ikelia gives off a very different nature to everyone else. It's almost as if hers has been tampered, and not in a genetic way, in... how to put this? As in its very magical nature has been tampered with, and changed, forcefully.
I couldn't see through it though.
No, this is a kind of energy that is throwing your senses off a bit. It's kind of like stepping closer to radiation, or a kind of radiation that makes your screens go all fuzzy, and you're not finding any way around it currently.
Okay.
Well, with everyone departed to go about their own individual planning for a moment, Julian, when the door closes, looks at you, just trying to find the right song. I need to listen to my entire music library again. So I'm looking at all these like, what was that? What do these mean? I don't even know anymore. What do these mean? There are stories that I was reminded of. When I was in Andrea, I was speaking with an old friend of mine, Relly. She owns the Ragoner's Way. I told her of my predicament with you. And she told me of the Red Widow. Have you heard of the Red Widow?
Is it a story from Andrea?
It is. The band, Jartis and Family, made a song about her once. I didn't know if it made its way up here. She's famous for going around the entire Drain continent and killing every political faction that was corrupt by nature. She's known for doing what you want to do. So I did a little asking around, and the Nash King of Quayla was speaking, well, in presence with the High King. He needed some time away from home. His wife is pregnant. He told me of the Phantom. Oh, not the Phantom. I always mix it up. It's, the Wraith. According to them, a single touch from the Wraith could kill you. They too only hunted corrupt officials. No matter how much I think of it, Iridai does not have one. Yet. I cannot back a campaign of slaughter, even if they are corrupt individuals. But I can quietly encourage one. Do you understand what I am saying, Ultian?
Yes. What's your plan?
You, quite honestly.
No, I mean, what's your plan to cover yourself?
I plan on officially disowning you.
That would go a long way.
Speaking ill of your actions, discouraging their deeds, and saying that we will be hunting you. During my time as the Kanash King, we won't be hunting you. But when I step down, it'll be the people's decision to whether or not they want to stop what you're doing. No longer mine. Bless you.
That's fair. I'm gonna reach, like right here, wherever the the sigil for this guild is on my person. I'm gonna take the pin off, and I'm gonna say, "War doesn't suit me. At least, not the on-ground war that we're in. I have another plan. I'll hire some people, and we will systematically go into the cities and destabilize them. Because if there's one thing the Gratina Senate values more than human life, it's product, capital, property. But if we can get the people who make capital on our side, then they have no power.
I don't need to know your details. It would be better if I didn't. What
I
I
want
would...
you to know that I'll be sticking to the shadows from now on.
I will place a favor, if I can. When we've discovered exactly what's going on, we'll need your help. You're far too good at what you do to let go by idly, Oltian. Your talents will go a long way in making sure that whatever this primordial nonsense is doesn't actually come through. When the time comes, can I ask for your aid?
I can't promise that I'll still be alive, but if I am,
I'll take what I can get.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Excellent.
I'm gonna set the pen down on his desk.
He eyes it as you do, taps his finger idly on the table for a moment. When all is said and done, if we both are still alive, what would you deem me? A corrupt politician? Or someone worthy of living?
You're a good man, Julian. Stay that way.
Lest I find you at my door. The Nash King will be here in a solar or two. When we departed, the inevitable started. If you do worship any deity, send their prayers. Queen of Quela is under a very deep trial right now. He has sources that I think you would be interested in. And being in his seat, he's a certain capability of denial.
Good to know.
Don't be alarmed when you see him, by the way. You've encountered his kind before, but don't have any good influences of them so far. He is also a good man. Not all Magus are corrupt.
If you say so. Anything you need me to do while I'm still in the city?
No. I think from this point it is better if I do not request anything else from you. Until the time comes. You'll be on your own, Ortian. I wish you the best of luck.
You too. I'll see you when I see you.
As you're exiting the door, oh, and try not to die with that wand on you. It would be a shame to lose it. Keep it. It's more use in your hands than mine.
I was planning on it. I don't say that, but I was. Yep. I boot scoot and boogie.
Boot scoot and boogie. Boogie. BT, your visit to your Tweeter headquarters.
Tweeter headquarters.
Busy and bustling as it always is. People running around. You see the same head manager. He's standing on a dais inside the center of the building, looking around, pointing and shouting, reading occasionally some news and then pointing at another one and shouting. He's distributing the news for other people to get sorted inside whatever it is that they really produce, which is kind of turned into more of a magazine kind of standard now, as they've started reporting on mundane things as well, like cat got stuck in a tree. They're separating the news fixtures into different categories, basically starting the first ever newspaper of Nathriel.
Aborius followed BT, by the way.
Nice. Oh, that is definitely the wrong tune then. Let's go over to this one. Oh, hey, boss. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you got yourself a shadow, huh? What's that?
Laborious.
Aborius, hey.
Hello.
Pleasure to meet you, Aborius. I'm the head manager here. You taking care of... Simon! Simon, we got a new piece right here. Hey, right up your alley. Something about a kid getting stuck in a well. What can I do for you?
So, how are things going? What's the report? How is the expansion going? We breaking even yet? What's going on?
Breaking even. Something like that, you know. Getting close to at the very least. All those wonderful, upstarting costs. It took a lot. But we're not technically losing much, but it kind of depends on the time of the year, you know? Not very many people out on the streets this cold currently, so they're not really buying that much. We're looking into avenues, though, on how to mitigate that whole thing. You know, like perhaps maybe what we're trying to call a subscription basis. They give us money every single month, and we give them their newspapers delivered to their place. A bit more of a higher upstart cost for the, custom town folk people, so we're looking for ways of mitigating costs.
Okay. Another source of income and another path that I want you guys to take. Acquire all the fox.
Acquire all the fox? You serious?
Yes. Make that a part of our services. Acquire them all.
He takes off his newsboy cap and scratches
how much
his
do you
head.
think you need to get going on that?
You're talking about an established industry, one that's throughout the entirety of Iridai and nearly the entire Soul people for it. We would be doing better if we started up doing stuff like that ourselves. And then, kind of underhanded their business, took most of it for ourselves, and then tried to acquire them. Right now, you're looking at a couple of million. Gold. Potentially platinum. To acquire all the fox. That's a lot.
How do we start up and compete with them, though? Because they have the foxes. We don't have anything comparable.
It's an excellent question. We need to find something that gets us around faster.
I hear ravens are very good at that.
Ravens? Oh, yeah, they're great. They fly real quick. They go over the land, but foxes are faster still. These ones, at least.
Ravens can't carry as much.
Nah, yeah, that too.
Can you genetically modify ravens?
Modified raven. Well, we could, but that would take up... You're talking about hiring a genetic scientist at that point. And that's got its own cost, too. It's best something that already exists.
I'll think about it then.
Yeah, I'll put some thought into it as well, boss. For now, though, we might be able to do something about sending smaller packages around with our runners. Not too much to run. I could see about acquiring a couple of 100 bag of holdings for down cost. It'll be a bit more of a price to it, but we should be able to put some things inside there at the very least. And transport from point A to point B. Won't be as quick as the foxes, but hey.
Let's hold off on that for the moment.
Okay, whatever you say, boss.
Stick with the news. Stick with the information. I like that better. And let's actually focus on how we can get the news distributed faster without runners. So work on a sending network.
Sending network. All right, yeah. We can work on something like that.
I want news faster globally without jeopardizing runners. Globally.
Oh, you're getting way ahead of my lifespan here. You wanna take this industry global? Well, you got to get yourself a nice, good connection inside the other continents around there too. Last I checked, we ain't got none of that.
We'll work on that, but you get Iridai established, and then we'll work on the rest of it.
I got you, boss. I'll get Iridai sorted, and let you worry about the rest.
But get a sending network going. I want news faster. I want it almost instantaneous, shore to shore.
He gets handed
Between
another
the
piece of
offices.
paper. Sally, violent dispute over inside the guild hall. Hands it off to a running human, grabs the note, runs off. Apparently a bunch of people got into a fight in the guild hall the other day. That's local
Boreas
news,
smiles.
not from other places. One peculiar thing. That news piece you had us run. On the whole, everyone accepts the guild invitation. None of the other locations got it.
What?
It was
How-
only run here so far, boss. That's all I have to report right now. We're launching an inquiry as to where all those runners got to, but none of them got it. A little weird, if you ask me, so, we're looking into it. But you're the boss, so I figured I'd let you know.
We got something stopping the news.
And you know what you say about that. When you're stopping the news, there's ill intent behind it.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we need a sending network.
Much
No
quicker, much
runners
faster.
anymore.
Mm.
Or
Glad you
secure. Harder to stop. Okay.
I got an idea for that already. You mind with a couple of you okay with a couple of thousand upstart cost?
Sure.
Just for a radius around where Pallius is right now. It's a test. I thought. Coming useful even if it, can't be worked out. But if you're good with that, I'll spend the money.
How much?
I'm thinking roughly 10K.
10,000? Wow. We got that much?
We can
Are
ask
you
for a
looking for
loan.
an infusion? Okay, fine. Here's 10,000.
Takes the bag happily. I'm like, thank you very much, boss. I always knew you could count on you. Any luck, we'll be able to have some runners actually stationed at all the outposts around in the area with these nice little sending stones. I might have to get a couple of them custom, adjusted. I need to talk to Alan about that. Or some other magic practitioners. There's probably quite a few of them around in the town now. You know what I mean? A lot of new arrivals and such. Looks at Boreas. Back to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Keep the news going. Keep the information flowing.
Hey, everyone, you heard the boss. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Let's roll. He gets back to shouting out orders to everyone. Picking up pieces of paper that have been piling up on the dais and handing them out to people.
Okay. Head back towards the guild hall. That wiped me up.
As we're heading, Boreas is going to say, information is a very important aspect of life.
It is the basis of everything.
Exactly. I think, as far as Andrea is concerned currently, and perhaps over time many other places, the collective might be able to help you out.
Always looking for help. I feel information belongs to everybody. It shouldn't be limited or controlled.
I will, of course.
Is that what the collective feels?
Oh, absolutely. We love to gather information, and spreading information helps connect us with others and bring us everywhere.
And we could probably get something working.
BT, while Boreas was saying all that, his lengths of energy wobbled with excitement. As though you can see that what makes him, his essence, is reacting to how he speaks.
I already know he's Hive. Right?
You do already know he's Hive, yeah.
I already know he's Hive. Start watching for the pathways through the primordial.
While you're walking...
Just in the background.
Going about the day, as you walk through, occasionally you see little wisps of connection come from various plants around, and every single one of them is a fungal growth of some kind. Every time he walks within a proximity of some kind of mushroom, it almost lightens up with the same essence that he has. There's almost what appears to be a communication between the two.
Something else study is whenever he's within my presence. I want to learn his method of communications through the hive, his hive.
Well,
Okay.
as we bring ourselves to more of a closing point, we'll have the hand gather up towards the end of the day, having made some various preparations during your day. Actually, probably just towards the end of the few days. We'll skip ahead if we have to, and then reverse back when we're revisiting each individual's side of things.
Should I talk to Emlar now or later?
We can do that later when we start your journey. This will be the last time the hand is together for a while, though.
Should we go see some foxes on our final day before we split off, perhaps?
If that's what Teffy wants to do, yes.
I think Teffy would like to do so.
We will join.
Having a sweet
Teffy would like
moment.
to see everyone's reactions to the foxes and petting them.
As we go there, Aborius does have a question for each and every one of them, of the hand.
Mm-hmm.
On your adventures, as the collective joins you, if you have a request for a specific skill set, let me know, as I'm perfectly capable of communicating that and bringing forth what you need.
What if I need a really good cook?
Oh, I can create one. I mean, we can create one of those.
What if I need to fly?
That might be a bit more difficult, but I can see what we can do.
Oh, very good.
I need someone quick and quiet.
Perfect.
Teffy, you need something special?
At this stage, I'm not sure what I'll need. I'll have to think about it and let you know before we do head off.
Excellent. A thing to keep in the back of your mind as you do things. Just let me know before we leave.
Very well.
You have this conversation while you were inside a training pen of sorts for the foxes, and an elderly fox is escorted in, walks very slowly, a bit timidly with the amount of people, but the handler helps you all engage in a petting scenario of this fox. They are muscular. Like every muscle in this entity is toned and fit. And well, you know what? Let's do some animal handling checks for those of you who pet the fox.
I pet.
Is this fox, do we think is the size of which a Snoswoop could ride upon?
Oh, easily.
Well, I'm going to see how the first pets go.
Okay.
Boreas is also going to try and see if he can garner as much information about what they are and how they came to be as he does this.
Okay, give me your animal handling check will be a good
Got a
idea.
12 animal handle.
12, okay.
23.
23.
Yeah, baby, that's one of my proficiencies.
I
Being
also got 23.
nice.
Oh my god, besties, we're gonna pet some foxes.
Being the first in lines. Oh, well, actually, the fox is brought around to Schnorzboop first, and they're quite hesitant, but they let you get in a few pats and a few pets before withdrawing. Get the sense that maybe not the riding type. You can still try.
I'm gonna try. First, I'm gonna try to speak to the fox and say to them, "Fox, I'm your friend. An old man who just wants to be your friend. Ride around, it'll be a good time. You in?"
Do you speak with animals?
I have tongues. Does that work?
No.
I love smells.
No, in that case, no.
Okay. Okay, give me another animal handling check, but at disadvantage.
Oof. Oh, shame at the disadvantage. That would have been nice. 9.
It starts growling at you.
Alright, fine. I give up the dream and go home.
It moves over to... It gravitates naturally towards Teflessa and Arboreus. Possibly due to their natures, you're not quite sure, but it very keenly allows them to nuzzle in some hands behind the ears and get pet quite fondly, and you hear this strange, I'm not sure if that's coming through, but it's almost like purring, but it's not. It's more guttural.
Arboreus does have speak with animal.
Okay.
And he's gonna ask it, "Are you treated well? Do you need anything?"
Oh, yeah. Treated real nicely. Fed a lot of good food. Raw meats, mostly. Daily catch, mostly. Fresh, mostly.
Can I do an insight to see how intelligent he is from that response?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You're also getting the sense from the animal handling that this thing is loosely a fox. It has been split with so many other essences of animals that mutt is much more an appropriate term for its species. It just has the shape and body of a fox.
Mostly canine?
Canine, feline, equine, not a lot's been put into it.
Interesting. 20 on the
functional. Quite intelligent. Very intelligent. Enough that if you tell it to, you could give it specific commands and it will be able to follow those specific commands to the letter.
I'm going to send back towards the collective an idea of what I garner from this.
BT sees a clump of moss.
BT's not there.
BT's not there. BT would see a clump of moss grow in color.
BT's gone.
BT didn't want to pet the foxes? BT
No, he doesn't need a new chew toy.
BT doesn't want to engage in a fun, harmless group activity of bonding and friendship?
Can a creature such as Big T even pet an animal? Does he have the capabilities to do so?
Kind of like this. My brother's cats pet each other.
Crush.
Big Tin's made out of metal, and I assume he doesn't have all the
You can pet
joints
with
and
metal.
such.
I assumed he would have more joints.
Can you still pet something with a mitten on?
Yeah.
Probably. But
Well,
he's
it's
not.
like, can you pet something with a what's this thing that you flip eggs with?
A
Spatula?
spatula?
A
Yeah.
spatula. You can pet something
I
with a
don't-
spatula?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
absolutely could.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough then.
Yeah. If it goes with
But BT's
contact
not
and in
here.
stroking motions, that is petting. You can
Mhm.
pet with a spatula.
Okay.
But alas,
But BT's not here, so BT's not engaging in this at all. Harumph.
Harumph. The petting expedition comes to a close as the hand retires for one last night before going their separate ways, for the time at least. All knowing that eventually Julian will ask them to come together to finish what they've started. But time leads them to separate in order to accomplish all that they have discovered and gotten their hands into.
We have one last meal. And then I am gone before you guys even wake up in the morning. I've hopped into the Interceptor 2 and rumbled off.
Mornings of we will discover as we go through. The first person we would be joining is Teflessa Catan in their journey to the Knowing's Notch. While everyone else here is going to be taking on some pseudo-characters who Teflessa picks up for assistance in their journey. And we'll cover the details of what those are going to be at the start of next session as we are closing for the night.
The year may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and shouts.